Mississippi. I'm your host, Gerard Gibert, down on the beautiful Mississippi Gulf Coast today for the annual conference of the Mississippi Municipal League. We'll be guiding you through the middle of your day with facts, fodder, and fine music. Morning, Rhino, back in the SuperTalk studios.
Howdy.
How are you today, sir?
Oh, not too bad. It's going to be a hot one, though. So,
it is,
especially
indeed.
on the Gulf Coast.
It is indeed. Little breeze, though, so it's not all that bad. We welcome to the program now in the Element Well Studios, which have been transported down to the beautiful Mississippi Coast Convention Center. It's the mayor of Moss Point, Mayor Billy Knight. Mayor, good to see you, sir.
It's good to see you, Gordon. Thanks for having me on again.
You got it. So you guys experienced a little severe weather, talking about weather here this morning with Rhino. You had a patch come through over the weekend, right?
And we had a tornado dropped in our lap that we didn't expect. And obviously didn't want it, but we got it. So we're working through that now, and we started the debris pickup on Monday, and we're just kind of watching things, and we got everything in place. You know, the Red Cross is there, help managing our recovery center. And we have our shelters, a one-stop service center, we're calling it. And so we're working through all that. We're taking care of our people. We're concerned about the long haul. And we're trying to stand some things up to make sure that's in place. So we're taking one day at a time, Gordon, and try to get it done.
What about state and federal resources, Mayor? Have any of those been mobilized and deployed to the area?
Not yet. You know, we've done the assessment, and damage assessment is the first process with the county and MEMA. And MEMA is also now verifying those numbers. The governor have those numbers, and the governor is trying to make sure and trying to decide whether or not the numbers meet the threshold to a point that he could ask for a federal declaration at the same time. And we're hoping that the numbers justify that, because that's where the real resources are.
What area of the Moss Point town itself did it actually impact? Was it more the business area, the downtown, or residential?
Yeah, it was a combination of it.
Okay.
You know, we have, I think it was 341 homes and businesses destroyed, affected. And out of that, you had 100 residents and businesses, 41 businesses.
Yep. And
the rest were residential that were major damage.
Wow.
And so, you know, that's where we are with that. It was about, we said 6 square miles that it came through. You know, 300 miles wide, 1.2 miles long, or something like that.
Right.
And, we normally say to keep it simple with 6 square miles that came through there. So that was a combination of business and residential.
Man. So you mentioned that the Red Cross has been mobilized and they are on site. Are they providing meals, shelter, et cetera?
They are not. Yeah, they started meals the first day on Tuesday, but now we have churches and our local organization. We had Mercy Chef that was there over the weekend, but they're providing the meals, and Red Cross is providing the counseling.
Okay. And
they're manning our shelter.
Okay, gotcha. Man, and it did. I don't think it was expected to the extent that we certainly experienced it. We weren't looking for really serious tornadoes.
Oh, God, you know, to on the Gulf Coast.
Yeah.
It's rare.
It's unusual, right.
That we have a tornado.
Yeah.
So the only sign we had, only warning we had, Gordon, was that about 2:30, 2:15, 2:30, it got pitch dark.
Mm-hmm.
I was in my office. In my office on the second floor.
What day was this, Mayor?
This is Monday.
Monday, okay.
Juneteenth. That's where it hurt the tornado of June, the Juneteenth tornado. That's the way I'm going to remember this. The 19th of June.
Gotcha.
Between 2:15 and 2:30, it got pitch dark. And we knew that something was different about this weather. A lot of rain coming down at that point. And the fire chief called me or texted me and said, Mayor, I think we just had a tornado. And this is about quarter till now. And so he said, when it rains, like it was just pouring down rain. He said, I got to get out and see. He texted me back about 15, 20, right at 3 something down and said, Mayor, it did touch down here, and I don't know how bad it is, but it looked bad. And so after the rain cleared up later that evening, we rode around a little bit, and it was bad. But yeah, we obviously had no warning, and it was on us before we knew it. And even if we had more warning, Gordon, I don't know what we could have done about it. There's nothing we could have done about it.
Yeah. What about on the Fujita EF scale? Has there been any reports on
EF2?
It was an EF2.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
130 miles an hour.
Yeah, it's serious.
Yeah.
I mean that would be a very strong hurricane.
That's right. That's right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Gosh, well, I'm sure sorry that your community had to deal with this, but it sounds like they're coming together and you've got resources in place to get everything restored.
Well, what we ask our people, it's hard because we just ask them to be patient.
Yeah.
Because the process of getting these things approved is time consuming.
Yeah.
And when you lost everything, you don't want to hear that.
Sure.
But that's what we're often saying to our people, to know that I'm on this every day.
Yeah.
I'm trying as hard as I can. We just have to be patient, and we can't force the process. We can't make it go any faster.
Yeah.
In the meantime, we're trying to comfort them in as many ways we can. And that's what we can do. Because we got a lot of senior citizens that lost what they had. And we're trying to find long-term. We're trying to set up committees long-term. Because after MEMA is gone and the Red Cross is gone, the city still have to be here to support people. So we're trying to set things up in place long-term that we can help people.
Sure.
Because we'll be here after everybody else is gone.
What about you personally, sir, or Moss Point employees or staff? Any of them affected?
No. As a matter of fact, we sent out an email just a couple of days ago to ask if any of our people did not get in the back. And my home was just west of all this damage.
Okay.
And so a lot of trees went down everywhere because of the wind.
Yeah.
And so we had trees, down and limbs down, but nothing to the extent of what the damage really was.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Well, let's talk about the conference here. What do you look forward to at this conference? It's always well attended, and seems like there's a lot of takeaways that people get just from networking with their peers and that are involved in management of cities and counties across the state. What do you hope to accomplish?
Unfortunately, because of my situation, I'm not going to be able to be here.
I understand.
I came over for your interview, but yesterday I came over because they had a workshop at 8:30 yesterday morning on disaster response.
Oh, okay.
So I came over to be a part of that because I want to see what I can learn about that. So I was in that workshop and got a lot out of it. I knew a lot of it, but there was a lot of things I didn't know.
Right.
And that's the purpose of being here. So I enjoyed that yesterday with Clayton that presented that workshop, and I enjoyed it. But as soon as I finish your interview, Gordon, they already called it. I got to get back. I got to get back. They need me.
I'm sure.
And when they call and got questions, I need to be available to answer those questions. So I want to be there where my people are.
Yeah. Well, other than that, how are things going in Moss Point? What's the situation?
Business is as usual. We still gotta operate. I had one of our director of our Audubon Center text me Tuesday and said Wednesday they had a camp that was set up for some of our young kids. And she said, I don't want to seem sensitive to all the people that are hurting, so should I go on with the camp? And I said, absolutely. We got to show our people that we can chew gum and walk at the same time. Business still goes on. We still got to operate.
Yeah.
We got to give people hope that we're on our way back. No, please go on. So everything is going. We're still going about business. We're still taking care of business. We got a lot of balls up in the air, but we got to do that. We can't shut down everything because of the tornado. We still have to function and provide services, and we're doing that as best we can under the circumstances.
And in fact, that would probably delay the recovery efforts.
That's right.
Honestly.
That's right.
So.
We got to keep people hopeful that we're going to come back, and we are going, because the bright spot of this thing is that these disasters have a tendency to bring us together.
They do.
And see, in bringing us together, you see the best in people, that they can really come together. And what I'm trying to do is make this more long term. Why can't we do this all the time? Why do we have to wait for a disaster? So
it's a good point. Well, Mayor, we certainly appreciate you spending a little time with us and giving us an update on that. And God bless you and all the good people of Moss Point. We're hopeful and praying for just a rapid recovery, and our hearts go out to those who really experienced significant loss. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Appreciate
And
it. Yes,
always,
sir.
thanks for inviting. Always good talking to you.
Yes, sir.